And a meeting convened to resolve a standoff over a new geothermal power project at Menengai crater ended in disarray after officials from the power generating firm boycotted the sitting. Over 500 residents drawn from Rongai and Subukia subcounties who turned up for the meeting expressed their disappointment over the manner in which the firm is handling their grievances and called on the Energy Ministry to intervene. The locals are opposed to the project, claiming it poses environmental and health risks.
As the time, as at that time, that is the best. Hiyo ni kitu ile walitueleza wenyewe. So wakati walikuwa najibu ile report ya ile mkutano tulikuwa nayo.
We want to do this thing in an open, transparent manner, because as it is, one of the resolutions which has been passed is going to court to get an injunction. And I just remember a few days ago the president was complaining that people are going to court getting injunctions to stop government projects, of which we don't want to go to those levels.
Hatuna ubaya kwa hawa watu. Kama wangekuja siku ya leo tuongee pamoja, tungefurahia kwa sababu tutaelewana na tutawasiliana jinsi ya kukaa pamoja.
And the government has been asked to adopt local currency denominated loans to minimize the high cost related to exchange fluctuations. In its 2018 report dubbed Capital Markets Soundness Report, the Financial Markets Regulator CMA recommends that the government shifts its borrowing of necessary funds to borrowing from local market or source for loans from international markets, which grants loans in local currency. This to guard against the change of foreign exchange volatility during the repayment of debt principals and interest, as the potential for shocks in the global market heightened in 2019.
The main advantage of that is that at the point that you're paying principal and interest, there's much less in terms of exposure because you're paying with your own currency. So you check across the various continents, you're going to find quite a lot, and you'll find most of those bonds cross-listed, both within the local domestic exchanges and either the London Stock Exchange, which is the most popular market, and also the Irish.
From our perspective, especially where you're having substantial issuances of local currency offshore, that then creates an alternative environment in which you could find that pricing around Kenyan shilling-denominated debt offshore might start reflecting market perceptions around that currency and start creating a more market-based perception as to where the value ought to be, rather than having a very extreme volatility on the markets depending on the perception of management.